couple things in terms of quick commercial. Most of you out there know that we love Digital New York. We wrote this guide in October of 2011 when people were sort of wondering what was going on. I brought it down to Kevin Ryan and I said, listen, Kevin, we've just spent the whole summer laying out Digital New York. It's really exciting, and he's like, well, yeah, but what are you going to do with it? Fast forward a couple years later, I mean, everybody's tracking it now. So the answer is that there's been, I think, $7-point-something billion that have been invested since 2006. We update this guide on a quarterly basis, as hopefully most of you receive our updates, and a lot to be proud about. So if you look at $7.9 billion that's been invested in the Digital New York ecosystem, lots going on out here. New York is now clearly the #2 market behind Silicon Valley. Sorry to all of you Bostonians out there. This is our slide of why we think New York will continue to develop in a very different way than Silicon Valley. Not better, not worse, just different. Silicon Valley has the, sort of the engineering credibility and really driven by that. I think New York is much more of a broader business ecosystem, if you will, that sort of feeds the talent pool. Again, not better, not worse, just different. This is just a slide to say there's just been a lot going on, and it's been going on across all kinds of different sectors, so it's not just one sector or another, but lots of disruption going on in New York. This is a little bit in terms of the notable fundraisings and IPOs. Just very, very early days, as would be our message, and you'll see a lot more bigger deals in terms of liquidity events in New York. And then these are the transactions greater than $100 million, so with Tumblr obviously being the big headline for 2013. So that's all I got on Digital New York. In terms of us, so quick commercial, we're in basically boutique investment bank, as I think all of you know. We are very focused on our industry sectors. As Brian O'Kelly said this morning, it's hard. It gets harder and harder and harder to stay on top of and in front of what's going on and to figure out whether the next startup is worth $2 million or $2 billion. And we really do try to do a good job at that. I think we get out there in terms of meeting with all of you. We write these industry overviews. I encourage you to take a look at the mobile one that we've just done. We make a lot of industry presentations. We were out at CES making a presentation to a traditional media company out there last week, and really try to get our thought leadership out there and encourage you if you'd like to engage on that topic. We would love to be talking to you about it. There's a lot going on, a lot to keep up with. So John Suler, who's sitting here somewhere, always tells me that I don't ask for the order enough. And so we put together this slide because I think that everybody likes to go banker bashing these days, and there are definitely different approaches to the marketplace. And I happen to like our approach. So I would say it starts with the trench coat salesman, as we like to say. So the methodology there is a spray and pray methodology. Why would somebody hire a trench coat salesman type approach? Because they've got a gazillion tombstones, and it's sort of like, well, gosh, if I can sell these gazillion companies, they can sell my company. I think that really lacks in terms of the level of client service, the level of financial acumen that comes to the marketplace. The second type of competitor from our perspective, without naming names in any of these, is the former industry gray hairs, where their idea is, let's go do deals with our former colleagues, and of course, gosh, I'm on the inside, I used to work there, blah, 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 blah. Again, I think lacks a lot of financial discipline and lacks kind of a disciplined approach in terms of thinking about that. The hype meisters are the ones that are very easy to say, gosh, let's do that, but that's really what's in it for them as opposed to what's in it for you. And very loud and very aggressive from a competitor perspective. All you have to do is go figure out 5 people to ask, and you will know exactly what the hype meisters are out there selling. We like to think of ourselves as more of a trusted advisor. We'd like to think about the way we position companies as strategic storytelling and really figure out, well, why if we call up eBay, or if we call up Omnicom, or if we call up whoever we're going to call up, what is the story and does it hold? And make sure that we've done the diligence behind it. So again, I think very careful and very thoughtful in this environment. We also, unlike our competitors, do retained buy-side work. This was actually quite a big part of our business before 2008. There's been a little less strategic thinking going on since 2008, but the three companies that we've had announced deals for were GSI, did 5 deals, DoubleClick, and when they bought Performix, and Digitas when they did Modem Media. And again, I think this makes us smarter on the sell side and is something that's very different than our competitors. These are some of our deals. It's in the conference book, so you can take a look at them there. So that's it in terms of the commercial.